returned. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. That right there was, well, it's actually titled Unused Song. And it's kind of from the Brainlord soundtrack, Brainlord being a Super Nintendo game that I should really try to stream again someday. I attempted it a while ago and then never got back to it. Go figure. But yes, it is an unused song from that game, and well, seeing as how I actually do have the name of the composer right in front of me, the soundtrack for Brainlord was done by, I may butcher the name, but let's try it, Masano Akahori. Yes, there we go. I did it. Maybe. But yes, welcome back to the stream. I have not fully returned, as you can see, because the beard is much more not insane as it was the past several months, because I finally found the charge cable for my razor, my clippers. Not that I couldn't achieve this with a pair of scissors, but that just made it easier. Also, it's been very goddamn humid the past few days, which is why this happened. Next step is I need to get a haircut. Now, of course, I say this, but as always happens, it seems, whenever I shave my beard or whatever like that, specifically because it's too warm, it got real cool again today. But all the heat and humidity has built up in the apartment, so it still kind of works. But yeah, wow, believe it or not, it's only been a few days since I last streamed, and not a month? And here I am back again. But here we are. Here we are. There's many things I should do, as I said last time. Hey, I should probably go back and try to finish some of the other games that I've started. And of course, what I'm doing is not that. What I'm doing is not that. What I'm doing, because I haven't had time to work through, you know, the thing, getting the, well, I'm going to be forever fine-tuning the scaler to get everything to look what I feel would look right. But I couldn't be bothered to deal with that right now, so that's why we're not going back to Legend of Dragoon or any of the other things I have on the older consoles. And instead we're going to go back to Kenshi, of all things. You know, a game that, again, technically has no end. And I might have a little bit of something else I might do later, because I don't have, I'm going to try not to play a pile of Kenshi, but we'll see. We all know what happens to me with that game. Welcome back to the stream rules. Hopefully you're having a lovely day, and thank you for the belated Canada Day, and happy belated 4th of July to you. Because, yes, today is the 5th. It's like, wait, yesterday was the 4th of July, right? Yeah, okay. Days. Days and the succession thereof. They all blend together nowadays. Yeah, as last time I looked at the calendar, it was May, and now suddenly it's July. So I don't know what the hell happened. Oh wait, no, I do know what happened there. Work happened. Which is still quite the hectic mess, but it's not as bad as it was. But yeah, we're going to play a little bit of Kenshi. Specifically, I'm going to go back to Vorbis and Okran's Razor, because that seems to be the easiest save for me to dive back into. I don't know if I had this active last time I streamed Kenshi, but I did get a mod called Re-Kenshi, or Re-Kenshi, or whatever the hell. It mainly seems to be a mod that acts as a framework for other mods, but it does also kind of like update the graphics and performance and all that stuff, and gives you a few different things you can do in here. Like, you know, a bunch of these various things. Like, for example, I can increase the max faction size to 1,000. So if I really wanted to drive myself insane, and I might attempt to do this one of these days, we'll see, I might try a game where I get as many people as I possibly can and see if my computer explodes. But right now I'm going to stick with the 256 that the other mod has. Also, this can increase the squad size to 1,000, so I can have 1,000 people wandering around. Again, not going to do that. And then we've got some performance stuff and stuff like that. But there are a lot of mods that build off of this, so it's kind of like a base, almost like the script extender for games like Skyrim and stuff like that. As much as I know about these things. I've actually played a couple of different, or started a couple of different games in Kenshi since I last streamed it, but I'm not going to get into that. I believe when I last left off with Vorbis and the lads, I was getting prepped so I could send Vorbis on a pilgrimage, essentially. The role-playing reason for this, of course, is to send him out to view the heathen realms before he fully commits to siding with the Holy Nation. The gameplay reason for this is so that I can find some more blacksmithing and armor crafting recipes. Specifically, I need to find the monk's robe. I do have a recipe for a bucketsuken, which is one of the main... See, because I'm going to more or less try to stick with... the types of weapons and armor that the Holy Nation would use. I'll make a couple of modifications in between, obviously, but that means I'm sticking with Paladin's Cross, Cleavers. I think some of them use staffs or such like that. Which means the only light armor I can really use are the monk's robes. Problem is, I can't make any of them. And I think the recipe for them you usually find either in whole United Cities territories or Czech Kingdom territories. So what I'm going to do is, seeing as how I think Vorbis has created quite a few materials already, I'm going to have him pick up a couple of new recruits, and they're going to head south, just to explore. It's been so long since I've played this, I can't 100% recall. Okay, so Bataille is working on making fabric. Mu is farming and making grog, and also making medicine. So she's got a lot of stuff on the go. Chow is farming and making more fabric. Fu is farming and operating the well. Inu is a weaponsmith, who is not doing much of anything in terms of that right now. Oh yeah, that's because I also had her dealing with copper, but the copper is kind of broken if I try to use it in the city. I think I'm actually going to have her stop... Wait, what's happening? Darkness! Oh, hungry bandits. I think I'm going to have her stop creating weapons now, and I'm going to send her... Well, I mean, Takao has already been running back and forth, but I'm going to send her and Takao to the main area, because there's something else I'm going to try to do here. Oh, Vorbis is making leather turtlenecks. Have I actually made any of those yet? I don't think I have. See, on the one hand, I would like to wait, I think, until he gets as many leather turtlenecks made as he can, but I think that's going to take forever to do. Because leather turtlenecks, while they're pretty decent armor, they take forever to make. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do here... Oh, there's actually a decent amount of copper there. Interesting. But I'm going to leave that as is for now. I'm not going to worry about that or this. Because I think what I'm going to do is, you see, there's not a lot of copper. I'm going to give her a short cleaver. And I think I'll have her take a couple of these staves down as well. Anyway, as I was saying, well, I should kind of have a look around to make sure that I don't have any other recipes or things I can find up here. I don't think I do. I largely sent Takao up here to sell off some stuff and see if there was anything else he could find, but it doesn't look like there's much here. I don't really need to get any more fabrics. If you can pick up some more leather, that'd be alright. Gugulana has some more iron plates, and that's fine for when I eventually want to start weaponsmithing again, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that just yet. Have I seen that armor shop before? I honestly can't recall. Now, of course, that being said, I think I've got all the armor I need aside from monk's robes that I want to create. I don't think I've been to those old ruins yet. I might have to check that out. But anyway, there's a few other people in Bad Teeth I would like to recruit. And they're the ones I'm going to send with Vorbis on his little pilgrimage. I don't think I'm going to send Gugulana with them because I'm going to want to use him. I can't remember. Yeah, the Holy Chestplate is the main heavy armor that I want to make, but I already know how to make it. Yeah, let's have a little look-see to see if I can buy some more leather. Doesn't look like it. Earth of the Phoenix. A new edition of Holy Lord Phoenix IV's verses on he himself. When the darkness befell mankind, our benefactor sent us a guide. He created the Phoenix from his own essence. The Phoenix is not merely a man with a common soul. The Phoenix is an extension of the Lord. His soul is divinely pure. It cannot be corrupt. The Phoenix must always be the one guiding the wavering flames. No one can receive our creator. No other can receive our Creator's instructions. Anyway, it doesn't really look like there's much else here. I think I'll just stock up on some more food and stuff, because I don't think I can actually make any food at that farm, because where it technically doesn't belong to me, it largely just belongs to, the Holy Nation, and I've bought the buildings. I can't, because I can't plant new crops. The only crops that I have there that I can eat are the wheat. I can turn that into bread. But I can't turn it into bread because I can't build a grain silo in a building. So in other words, shit out of luck on that front. Anyway, before I interrupted myself on part of my plan by talking about other things... Oh, I forgot I was actually doing research. Forgot that I added a mod that I can make cloaks as well. I guess I already know how to do that, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. I also think I've learned as much in terms of... Yeah, I need... For the most part, I need more than just the regular science books for this. Yes, like I said, I interrupted myself earlier when I was talking about something, but you see, there's not a lot of copper in this area. There is, however, some copper down here. Now, the thing I'm wondering, and I don't think this is the case, because it looks like it's actually pretty far away, is if I set somebody to automatically mine that, and I have a copper storage in this building, will they actually run back and forth? Because if that's the case, then that'll be alright. If not, I might need to set a copper mining outpost somewhere. Just because some of the better places to build here, there's no copper nearby. Like, there's a pretty decent place that I can grow a lot of crops, and there's a bunch of iron around, which is also necessary. Over here somewhere. But I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to check on that. But in any case, for now, let's start preparations for people to head off and do their thing. What's Vorbis got on him in terms of weaponry anyway? Oh, he's just got a club. Club, the Holy Flame. Do I want to wait until he finishes making that? I think I will. I'll wait until he finishes making that. And I'll probably give that to himself, and I'll send him off to get other people. Oh, Inu was here. Perfect. Alright, Inu, my maid. And I'll probably eventually sell those weapons because, again, there's specific types of weapons that these people are mostly going to be using. Cleavers, staffs, paladin's crosses. So, do I have... Alright, so the best thing for me to do is storage. Let's see if I can build a copper storage up here. We've got some very tight quarters up here, but them's the breaks. This area is not for comfort. This area is largely for work purposes, more or less. Oh, there's actually a pile of food here. Okay, I didn't even really need to get more. That's fine, though. That's fine. Gugalana can keep that food on his person. See, because I think what I'm going to do is, at least for now, if this works, I'll have Takawan and Inu mine copper in the hopes that they're going to be able to cart it back here. That would be nice. Maybe they can't, maybe it's too far away, but either way, we'll see how it goes. And so basically the idea is I'm going to store copper here. It'd be nice if I could make electrical components, but my space is starting to get pretty chinched, so I might be able to build an electrical bench up here, but I gotta be careful about that. We're starting to get into a more high-tech stuff than the... this iron. We're starting to get into more high-tech stuff than the Holy Nation is typically fond of, but, you know, I'm a reformist to a degree. So yeah, I think the closest copper node is down there. Oh, well, I can't actually have both Inu and Takao work on that anyway, because it's a very shitty copper resource. And there's none over here, I presume, in the Gulf. What's that? Iron. 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 Again, that's the problem with this area of the map. There's a lot of iron, but there's not a lot of copper. Trade-offs, don't you know? Well, that's fine, because what I'm probably going to do is I'll probably have Takao take over as my new armor smith while Vorbis is on his pilgrimage. Yeah, nobody really has. Yeah, so I'll have him take over as armor smith and still run stuff back and forth so he can make a little bit of profit off of our stuff. However, right now, let's send Inu down and mine this and see if she fills up on it. If she'll actually haul it back to that area. It doesn't seem like it, because she should be automatically... Wait a minute. No, that's hauling too. Nope, she's going for it. She has to have herself a little snack first, but then she'll go for it. And as for Takao, I think I will have him start by converting what little... what little leather I have into... or animal hide I have into leather. Look at him, he's so damn good at his job that he's using using a boot to create a shirt, and he doesn't even need to look at the workbench. He's that damn good. Have I used up all of my cotton? I must have. Yeah, you blow through cotton pretty quick trying to make fabric. Oh, that's alright. Now, of course, this is a, again, very poor quality copper node, so it's going to take her a while to get enough copper regardless. But, I mean, it's not like I'm going to need copper for a hell of a lot for a while anyway, so it's just better if I stockpile it. I am curious to see if she will automatically run it back, though, because it is kind of far away, but the area is not as obstructed as the pathing in town. But who can say? Okay, Vorbis is nearly done with that. Good. As soon as he's finished with that, I'm gonna have him go off so we're not just... I don't have another stream that's just us sitting here watching these people work again. Because I think that's what happened the last couple of times I played this. Entertaining as that can be, to its own degree. I had a lot of research queued up. I do. I have a lot of research queued up. Almost there. See, I don't think I'm actually going to have anyone use the rattan, the rattan hats because, again, it's not a very Holy Nation thing that I can see. The Drifter's boots aren't really either, but, you know, I have to make concessions in certain places. Hey, you know what? Let's have him make that and the Drifter's, another pair of Drifter's boots before I head off. For no other reason than it's not going to take very long, but I won't sit here and wait for him to build another leather turtleneck. So you know what? Let's let him make one of these too. Alright, Vorbis, my man, it's time for you to stop doing this and begin your grand pilgrimage. First things first, let's head down to Bad Teeth, because that is where I know there's at least 2, possibly 3 other people I want to recruit. And these guys are probably fine to just leave on their own for now. I like that she doesn't really have a whole hell of a lot to do if the farms are being kept up. Make a lot of money off of grog, though. We got a ways to go before... we have a ways to go before we find out if Inu can actually automatically haul that stuff back. But that's alright, I'll keep her occupied until I set up a new smithing area. See, because I think the plan is I'm going to leave a main crew up there to do their thing, and then over in this direction is where I'm going to build like a proper farm. And I know there's a bunch of iron nodes up there, so I can set up a farm slash weaponsmithing town, more or less. Because I think the idea is I'm either going to have 1 or 2 farm towns down here. But that up there is going to be for research, copper, and grog. Yeah, see, this area here has some decent amount of copper in it. Not copper, iron. And I'm going to build a spot over here somewhere to, you know, basically it's going to be a bread basket. I'm going to make as much food as I possibly can there, and that's also where I'll be processing iron and such. But eventually, because the main goal of this, of course, is I'm going to topple both the United Cities and the Czech Kingdom. I think I might build an actual military base up here somewhere. Maybe in Bast itself, But there's a nice big open area right here in Okran's Valley that I think has a decent amount of iron and copper, but it's not great for food. So basically the idea is I'm going to make a surplus of food down here, ship it up here, feed the army I'm going to raise, and then have them go on up that way. And as for when I deal with the Czech Kingdom and the southern territories of the United Cities, I might just retake the hub, honestly, because I can buy it, technically. And it used to belong to the Holy Nation until they declared it to be cursed for some reason. You know, it occurs to me I probably should have sent Gugulana down with Vorbis to sell off some of my surplus crap. Didn't think about that. I gotta see if I can get a better backpack than this, too. I don't think Vorbis is going to be the one to carry it, but, because the scavenger's baskets are okay, but I feel like I'm better off getting either a normal backpack or a trader's backpack so I can stack up a bunch of food and stuff for traveling purposes. Anyway, like I said, I know there's at least 2, maybe 3 recruits down here that I kind of want to take with me on my travels, and I know there's at least 1 other that I'm going to want to recruit when I go south. I do love how there's a bunch of the shinobi thieves wandering around in this town. Though I don't think they have a proper tower anywhere. Yeah, Photo I think is a generic recruit. Streak I think is a generic recruit too, but if I remember right, she... No, that's not the one I was thinking about, though I think I am going to hire her eventually for farming purposes. Because there's one a bit more gung-ho about leaving the area because of the way the Holy Nation operates, but, you know, joke's on her, I'm going to be more or less throwing in with this crowd. However, I like the idea of making her one of my top paladins alongside Vorbis. Shaking up the established structure, don't you know? A lot of shirtless men in here. Including this guy. This is a unique recruit. His name is Bard. He's sitting halfway in a table for some reason. Oh wait, that's not the, there we go. That's what I was looking for, the free cam. I just like how he's sitting halfway in the table, and that I'm looming behind him just makes it that much funnier. So. He knows I gotta get a shot of it. This game. Now, of course, the reason why a lot of people are phasing through objects is not even just the jank of the game. It's probably a bunch of animation mods I have installed, so... I just find that amusing. But in any case, as I was saying, so Bard is a unique recruit. He might be one of the ones I take with me, but specifically I'm down here for this main. Griffin is definitely a unique recruit. And there was a woman down here who was specifically like, let's get the hell out of here, I hate this place. And I just like the idea of making her a high-ranking paladin type character. But I don't see her, I don't think. Unless it was Streak, but I don't think it was. But anyway, I should definitely get Griffin and possibly Bard. I had a dream last night. The Lord of Light Okran himself came to me, and he told me that I would meet a wealthy wanderer from the outside. The wealthy wanderer will lead me to the truth, will lead me to the origin of the first extinction. With this, the land of the Holy Nation will finally find peace. First extinction? What is that? The destruction of the ancient capitals thousands of years past. According to the doctrine of the Holy Lord Phoenix himself, it was the agents of... the skeletons that caused the extinction. Funny that he actually says that. And it will happen again. How and why, I don't know, but this very belief is what tears our society apart. It instills such an overwhelming fear and suspicion into our nation that we've begun to destroy our very own society by our own hands. So if you're trying to be a Holy Nation reformist, Griffin actually kind of seems like he's going that way himself. And the thing I find there's a lot of mad theories. Well, I mean, there's a lot of mad theories about this game in general, because the game doesn't directly tell you anything. You have to find the lore yourself. Because I think the idea is that the Holy Lord Phoenix is essentially kind of like a reincarnation of the original Phoenix, and they have to find him and install him as the new leader. It's all very, you know, mystical. Most people consider that to be bullshit, so that the people who advise Phoenix are controlling the Holy Nation. There's one theory that Griffin was actually supposed to be this generation's Phoenix, but he wasn't found. So, I like that idea. And finding the truth will calm that fear. I believe so, and Okran will show me if you are the one to lead me to that truth. So, Wanderer, I will follow you, but it will cost you 9,000 cats. Do you have the coin? I have the cats, but do you have the skill? I have the battle experience. I am an ex-Holy Sentinel after all, although a little out of practice. It's been a few years now since I left on my pilgrimage, but I would not expect you to pay more than my worth, Wanderer. I'd be honored to have you following me. Now, Griffin, I believe, does have some decent combat skills. Yeah, he's got some pretty decent combat skills. So he's probably the best combatant I'll have for a while until everyone else starts taking, keeping pace. And I say, hey, wiggle on over this way, Muffin, I tell you. I've never seen someone so steam so fast. So I took the... Oh, glass is empty. Say, pal, lend me some cash. I'll make it worth your while. Will you now? Tell you what, I'll sing you a song. On second thought, pay my 3,000 cat tab and I'll sing you tales till the sun stops setting. I know all the good ones and got a voice worth writing songs about. Huh. About a demonstration before I go all in. There once was a pixie above all the cloud. She soared with the zephyrs, gallant and proud. She went to the na-na-na-na-na crest and swam with something, something, something her breast. She went to I don't remember. But they make her queen at the end. So, pretty good, huh? Must be nice. Surprisingly, yeah, worth the price. God, look at this lovely specimen of a man. Those sloped shoulders, that beer gut. But yeah, let's take Bard and Griffin with me. I love the contrast between the two of them. I forgot how short I made Vorbis, but that's kind of like... I kind of wanted him to be basically short and stocky. But, like, look at the contrast between Griffin and Bard. It's hilarious. The difference is so great. Anyway. Okay, so I don't know that I see the woman I was thinking about. But I might just go higher streak anyway. Because I also like the idea of finding a woman that jittery living in the Holy Nation and then turning her into an absolute beast. And I feel like I do want 4. I know I'm going to recruit more as I go along. Because I do have 2 specific non-humans I'm looking to recruit. And it shouldn't be a surprise because they're the 2 recruits I like getting in every time. Well, every sort of playthrough I do in this game. And that, of course, is our dear boy Beep, which I'm a ways off from going to the Fog Islands yet. But the other one is Ruka. Who's this guy, though? Handle all your engineering needs, interested. Depends how much. I actually don't have enough cats. Oh, I don't even have enough cats to recruit her. Okay, tell you what, I'm actually going to have to go on another run of selling stuff and then come back. Okay, tell you what, yeah, let's have them run back. And let's take Takao and Gugalana. See if I can get down to... What's the name of that town again? Stack. See if I can get down to Stack and sell off some stuff before all the shops close. Now, of course, that being said... I can always sell off the stuff in a bar. Yeah, the rest of it I'll leave behind. Yeah, I think I'll make some black cloth shirts for... Well, actually, no, I don't even need to bother with that. Bird is the only person I'm going to hire who doesn't have a shirt. Yeah, I'll send them on down to sell off some stuff so I can get some more money to hire Streak. Or maybe I'll see somebody more interesting down in Stack, who knows. The lads can run up here so they can get equipped. I'm debating whether I want to leave Griffin with his long cleaver or not. I might not. I think I might just give him a short cleaver and leave it at that. It's taking a long, long time for her to get that copper, but again, it's not a great copper mine. I should see how the rest of the work crew is doing, though. Okay, Shao is making more fabric, which is great. So is Batai. Moo is making more grog, which I should have grabbed so I could sell some of it. I didn't think about that. Foo's not really doing a hell of a lot at the moment, but then again, you know. We're pretty well stocked up on water and such, so it's not really like she's got a whole lot she can do just yet. Also, rather than random, let's have them follow each other military style. Oh, I think another thing I should do too. I didn't realize this was an option. Sit while idle. Other characters at home will sit down on chairs and benches if you have any. Oh, they do that anyway. It's just I don't have any here. Should probably select those as well. Ooh, but actually, yes, I can have Takao grab some leather. Kenshi is going alright. Haven't done anything terribly exciting yet, aside from grabbing a couple of more recruits so I can go on a pilgrimage, essentially. Sell off some of my trade goods, though, so I can get more stuff. And by stuff, I mean also people. What is a man? A miserable... No, wait, no, what is a man's purpose? A miserable little pile of secrets! Yeah. Oh yes, I should have Takao go grab the weapons I've got created as well. So I can earn my new recruits, and Vorbis himself for that matter, because he's just got a, I don't think I'm going to give him the Paladin's Cross yet, because that thing is pretty damn heavy. The cross is the revered holy weapon and symbol of the Paladins. With it, they have been slaying skeletons and people they think might be skeletons for centuries. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there for now, and I'm just going to stick with the cleavers until I get some more combat in. I mean, that'll get me decent training in a hacker class, so I'll be more effective with that afterwards anyway. So... Well, I suppose while Vorbis is back, it's just as well for him to carry on, creating some more leather stuff. Seeing as Takao has, you know, created some more. Gee, I thought you would have had more leather than that, but alright. Let's check out this store too, so, because I think I'm going to want to grab a backpack kind of like the one that he's wearing. And I'll give that to Bird, maybe, so he can carry food and such. You know, the funny thing is, I kind of like Griffin's funny wool hat, so I think I'm going to leave that on him despite the fact it doesn't give him any defense. So, until I can basically fully equip him, I think that's what I'll do. I will give him the stout Hessian uniform, though, just so he looks more the part. God, Bard looks so ridiculous. It's not his fault, I suppose. He's just been drinking his way through life. Till I came along, and I will give him a higher purpose, I suppose. It doesn't look like I... Alright, maybe I'll just keep the scavenger's basket for now. I think I will buy a sleeping bag, though. I feel like that's going to be useful. Now let's hope against hope that I can find some monk robes in here, but I doubt I can. Weirdly, I don't think you can buy the blueprint for monk's robes in Holy Nation territory, which makes no sense. Sandals, chainmail, samurai cloth pants, which is more of a desert thing, more of a United Cities thing. Now, I can buy some more leather, which is good. Could also theoretically buy leather turtlenecks, but none of the ones they have are in decent shape. Alright. Well, let's hit up the bars and see if there's anyone here worth hiring. I don't think there is. I think I've either cleared them out or nobody left here is all that great. And nobody here. There's, what, 2 more in this town? Yeah, there's one there, too. See, that's the funny thing about the core Holy Nation, well, I mean the Holy Nation in general, is that there's not a lot of recruits. So if I want to get a lot of people, and I don't know exactly how big I want to make my group to be, I'm gonna need a decent support group if I want to, you know, get a massive farm to build a food surplus. That was the thing. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing, I don't know if I've discussed this part of the plan, is once I'm confident enough in my combat abilities, I might send, before I go full tilt warfare, I might send a squad into the Fog Islands to basically rescue Holy Nation dissidents from the Fogmen, and then basically convert them back to our cause and get them to join me. Because if you rescue them, every now and then they'll attempt to join you. Because hey, why not? Now, I sincerely doubt he's going to have that leather turtleneck made by the time everyone comes back, but here we are. Well, pretty soon I'll find out if she's going to be able to run back with the copper. I'm sincerely thinking she won't be able to, but it'd be great if she can. Because that way I don't have to worry about setting up a copper mine somewhere else. At least until I decide to expand outwards, anyway. Because I might want to build a little spot down there if I don't just completely retake the hub, and I'm definitely going to make a fortress up there. But beyond that, I don't think I'm going to build much else. Oh, we have visitors. I can talk to the Holy Sentinel? Oh, yes. Love and devotion, brother. Okran's light shines brightly today. A good omen. But it's dusk. Greetings, are you free to discuss the word of Narco? Shouldn't say that. Any travel advice you can give me? Or, actually, no. That was advice to, how to be a good Okran boy. Study the scriptures of light, meditate on them, pray to Okran and respect his holy servants with an open heart, brother. This is the way to a pious existence, for darkness preys on an undisciplined mind. As for duty, if you are blessed with the skills for it, you may carry out Okran's retribution directly by bringing marked heretics to the Inquisitorium. Any travel advice? Venturing on a pilgrimage, brother? Yes, I am. Well, it's best to stick to holy territory. The outer lands are infested with Narcos heretics that will try to deceive and tempt you into the darkness with them. But if you must venture further, above all else, you must avoid traveling northwest. Only the most devilish monstrosities prowl there, 100 times the size of a man, with the hunger of a rabid demon. The foolish treasure hunters are the only travelers to delve there, never to return. But how tragic it is! There is nothing there worth searching for. There is no place for riches if Okran is already in your heart. Northwest. Oh, so that would lead me into Obedience, the Floodlands, Fog Islands, Shrieking Forest, you know, all those lovely places. Okay, you know what? I think I'll actually give Bird one of the staffs, and I'll give him one of those short cleavers. And I'll give Griffin and Vorbis 2 of the better short cleavers. There we go. Perfecto. Yeah, he's not going to be able to make that in what I would consider a timely fashion. Yeah, let's stick around long enough, though, to see if she's actually going to run back with it, and then we're just going to stick with Vorbis and let these people carry out with their duties. Eventually, I'm going to have to send a crew, probably Inu and Takao. Maybe not Takao, Inu and a couple other recruits out to set up a farm somewhere. And she will... She's actually going back to... Okay, this might work. It's still slow goings, but it's going to be easier for me to do this than to set up a dedicated spot to mine copper. Perfect. Yeah, so the only reason why she wasn't able to do that in stack is I think there was too much shit between her and the copper node. Well, that's just perfect. Okay, and Takao will have a decent amount of armor smithing built up by just processing the rest of this leather. And then I'll have him take over creating cloth armor, and that'll, you know, make things a bit easier. Oh, I can just make sleeping bags too. I didn't think about that. So who's the one doing that again? Moo? You know what? I don't think I'm going to bother making more than one sleeping bag though for now. Well, I can buy some more later. You know what? I'm just going to kind of speed things up briefly, and I'm going to go grab another cup of coffee. I'm half tempted to wait until that leather turtleneck is done, but we'll see what happens when I come back. I'll be back in a couple seconds. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll wait until dawn before I head on out. So maybe that turtleneck will be done by then, but if it's not, I'm just going to bugger off. Of course, I'm probably going to say to myself, geez, it's so close to being finished, maybe I should... But who can say? Do I have the means to make an electrical workbench? Would that be under tech? Or would that be under crafting? I don't think I do. Yeah, electrical crafting. Okay, so I can get some more books and do that, but I think for now I'm just going to stock up on copper. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, I'm still doing pretty good for food. So I think I'll have the lads take a little bit of that before they leave. You know what? I might actually say he's close enough to finishing that. I think I'm gonna wait until he's done. That way at least two of the people I've got going out will be wearing halfway decent armor. Not that the enemies down in the hub are terribly difficult, down the border zone. But more defense is better than less. Honestly, it'll be not long after dawn. Vorbis is done with that anyway. Yeah, so I think I'll give... I might give the other one to Bard, or if I recruit Streak, Streak. Oh yeah, it's almost done. You have no idea how happy I am that this is within range of this farm I sort of accidentally commandeered because I got the entire population killed. Because it's slow goings in terms of getting copper, but at the very least it's a steady drip of it, so I don't have to worry about it. Alright, Vorbis, my man, that's enough of that. So let us... Yeah, you'll equip one of them. And like I said, I think I'll just take the other one with me. And well, I'm just probably going to recruit Streak and nobody else, so I'll take a set of boots for her. And pair of pants, and one of these Tigelmus. Also some weapons. Oh, although give me a moment, because I believe... Ah yes, a bot. The auto mod for my Twitch chat was like, hey, do you want this obvious bot to post on your channel? No, I don't. But see, it's funny. It's funny because I've been noticed they're the same ones. I'm sure if you stream on Twitch, you've seen them before. Is like they keep popping up, and originally they used to say that you were essentially paying for viewers, or they gave you the option to pay for viewers, or they specifically said a bot, like bot viewers. That they now specifically word it as you can pay for AI viewers. So it's the same bullshit, but the language has changed. Yeah, I think I'll get a staff and the cleaver as well for her. All right, I think we're good. Let's head down to Bad Teeth Recruiter, and then finally, after I've been playing this for about an hour now, do the thing I said I was going to do at the beginning. Oh shit! Actually, no. I'm a liar. I need to go pick up some medical supplies first, and then we'll go do it. And the sleeping bag. There we go. Yeah, that should be good enough. And away we go. Although I also need to get food. And also I just put all that shit back. Because people automatically put things away. But yeah, let's grab some of the dried meat. Some fish. That should be fine. I can pick up some more food along the way if I need to. And let's have him run on down before he starts automatically putting shit away again. Have you run out of leather? Alright, well, if that's the case, then you can become my primary leather worker in the base again. It irks me that there's going to be a lot of downtime for some of these characters, but I think that's all I can do about that. They have their set tasks, so whenever it comes up, they're just going to go farm and create fabric and shit, but for now, they're just going to have to, do their thing, I guess. I do have to I do have to laugh at how insanely buff doing armor or weaponsmithing makes your characters, because look at this absolute tiny unit of a man. He's a big boy who's not that big of a boy. Yeah, no, I do have another thing I wouldn't mind taking a stab at in terms of games today, but of course I don't want to stream for too much longer because I should eat maybe another hour or two, I guess. But, you know, supper is a thing I should have eventually, and I do have to work in the morning, goddammit. But at the very least, I do want to get Vorbis and crew down into the border zone and maybe have a poke around Squin to see if I can find the blueprints I need there. Because I think what I'll do is I'll go as far south as Squin, and then I'll have them head north into the Great Desert and search for blueprints up there. Which means I'm probably going to get to see firsthand the Holy Nation, the United Cities, beating the utter shit out of each other in Bast. I'm not going to join in the conflict because I don't want to strictly take sides yet, but I probably will heal up any Holy Nation soldiers I find. Blessings from the Lord of Light, brother! Brother, brother? Brother, brother? Brother, brother? Come, I need to speak with you. In order to uphold the purity and sanctity of our holy nation, you must submit yourself to for inquest, brother. The holy cities will not tolerate the passage of items of heresy. Is it so necessary to check your brother of pure blood? Evil manifests itself in all forms. To rely and be fooled by the senses over Okran's judgment is most ignorant of blunders. Submit yourself, only then can you prove your innocence in the eyes of the Lord of Light. Yes, I understand. It's going to be interesting going down to the border zone, because the worst I've had to contend with since I started playing as this character, this group of people, the occasional bone dog and mostly river raptors. Now, the river raptors nearly killed all of us, don't get me wrong, but still. I hope I'm not too forward speaking to you, brother, but you're from the outside, right? I'm looking for work outside the city. Welcome aboard. Let's give her a couple of, I mean, you know what? She has a shoddy grade leather shirt, which is not great, but it still gives a little bit of defense, whereas the shirt that Bard is wearing does not, so I think I'll give Bard the leather turtleneck. Okay, Griffin's already got some healing supplies. Actually, you know what? I think I'll have Vorbis take a couple of bandages as well, because I'm going to flip that backpack onto Bard. He will be our pack mule. And let's sell off some of this random junk I have. I don't need these things currently. Alright. The pilgrimage can begin as soon as I set it so that she's going to follow Vorbis. Alright. Oh, I should also make a different squad too. Oh, what's going on over there? That's a lot of oh, river raptors. A shitload of river raptors. If I wanted to be bothered, I could take a bunch of leather off that and ship it back up to the farm, but I don't think I'm gonna worry about that. But anyway, let's make a separate squad for the pilgrimage. And that, of course, shall be Vorbis, Griffin, Bird, and Streak. Alright. I like how, despite the fact he no longer has the backpack, it still says he does in the thing. Right, let's head south into the heathen lands of the border zone. Oh yeah, Bird is moving rather slowly because he's carrying so much shit, so we're gonna have to wait up for him. On the one hand, it'd probably make more sense to give Griffin the backpack, seeing as how he's got more strength, but at the very least this will get Bird some strength training. Okay, alright, so things are going apace up here, that's fine. I'll just let them do their thing. I'll come back and check on them later. Let's just focus on these folk for now. As they do their super cool strut out of the town. I do love how Griffin is the odd man out here. In terms of general clothing composition, at least. And I still can't help but laugh at the differences between Vorbis, Griffin, and Bird. See, because I've had Bird in my party in a few other games, I've never noticed that he's that lanky. I can't afford that, says random person. Now we strut with our giant pantaloons. I was gonna say, what the hell is all the blood? But no, river raptors. They fought a bunch of river raptors out here. Oh, and he's not over encumbered anymore because the fish that got eaten out of the basket. Or are we going to get into combat before we even get to the border zone? Or are they not going to bother us because we don't have anything they want to eat? That's right, you go your way, I'll go mine. To you too. Okay, so can I pick up the pace now that Bird has his load lightened a little? No. Now, you know, there's a road right there. You didn't have to swim. Tragic tale of Bird is eventually he just drowns outside of Bad Teeth. hardly makes it very far at all. No, he's good. He can make it. There you go. That's a lad. Okay, they're all working away down there. All right. So if I remember correctly, I think that's Squin there, so the hub is here, I think. So let's go this way. Actually, no. Let's go this way. Follow the road more. Of course, I'm also carrying the good book with me. Hermatho, she lived a life of anguish. For chained in rebirth, she was condemned to languish. Till one day she'd been ravished by the High Paladin most vile. And she swore her dark vengeance with a murderous smile. She stashed a long nail forged to a blade. Riven S62 has been wiped out, and one by one the guards were slayed. Now the High Paladin lies dead, a nail in the eyeball. With it the name of Hermatho in blood on the high wall. Interesting song to be singing just as we're leaving Holy Nation territory. But yeah, that's an actual NPC in the game, I believe. She's... I don't know if she's the head of the Traders Guild. She might be. And like many characters in Kenshi, she's a bit of a bastard. It's hard to say exactly how true that song is. Maybe she was in Rebirth originally. But I mean, largely the reason why Hermatho was a bastard is because, being either the current leader or a higher up in the Traders Guild means that she's also heavily involved in the slave trade. But then again, very few people aren't heavily involved in the slave trade in this game. That's kind of their thing. Nah, Bard's still too slow. Alright, we're gonna have to strut. Oh wait. Ahem! Hack! I'm warning you, no songs. Song? Why a fly flew up my nose, that's all. But I can sing a song for sure. A fly went up my nose. And something about crows. Thud. Oh, no throwing rocks. I spend so much time playing this game with large groups and jumping back and forth between areas that a lot of times I actually miss the conversations that the characters can have. Because even the generic ones can have conversations back and forth, but more specific ones like Bard actually do have a number of unique lines that they say. I mean, most of Bard's lines are terrible songs that end up getting him assaulted by the rest of your party members, but you know, either way. Let's briefly check in on the crew here. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them do their thing, and then eventually I'll come back up and have Takao or somebody head down with Googlana and sell off a bunch of grog and things. Oh, Inu has indeed gone back with another load of copper, so yes, that does work. That wasn't a one-off thing. Perfecto. Pretty soon, I'm probably going to have to send Takao off to sell off a bunch of armor, because he's quickly running out of space. Although he started making shoddy grade stuff, which is good. Okay, he still can't quite keep up. He's getting there, but he's still lagging behind. It's just a combination of his fairly low athletic skill and the fact that he's more over-encumbered than everybody else. It's alright, though. What do you think the odds are I'm going to get down to Squin unmolested? Because I think at the very least, before I stop this and move on to something else briefly, I'm going to want to get down to Squin and possibly recruit Ruka. It's going to be hilarious to have a Shek as part of my Holy Nation army. But I love to defy expectations. And again, we are to a certain degree reformists. To the point where I even might become more hardcore and find a skeleton to join the ranks, but I need to ally myself with the Holy Nation before that. Because that's the hilarious thing about the factions in this game. They all have specific rules that you need to follow, or you will aggravate them to the point where they'll attack you. But if you ally with them, or even if you get your relations with them above 75, they don't care anymore. You can process all the drugs you want. You can have all the prosthetic limbs you want. You can have a bunch of skeletons join your party. They won't give a shit. Okay, he's almost gaining our level in strength, meaning maybe now we can go a little bit faster. Nope, still slow. Discovered the lone shack. Well, let's take a stop over there first and see if there's anything of note to get. There appears to be combat going on ahead. Oh, hungry bandits, this should be fun. Who are they fighting? Oh, bone dogs. Well, this might be my first combat encounter unless they want to solve this peaceably, in which case I will. I won't fight them without provocation. Let's hang out here and see what they say. Not gonna say anything, they're just gonna fight. Alright, well, I mean, I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but if this is the way you want to do it. First major combat encounter. The River Raptors, well, they probably should count because they've nearly killed us all that one time. I feel like Griffin is going to help carry us this fight. All the same, we're probably going to get the shit kicked out of us. If we do, I'm going to do a cheeky little thing to save my food. It's certainly cheesing it, but I'll do it all the same. Oh, bird's down. Vorbis is down. And the cheeky little thing to save my food is this. Because if I put the basket in the inventory, they can't access what's in the basket. I take any of them down? I don't think I did. I severely wounded a number of them, but I didn't take any of them down. That's a shame. My sword is Okran's. I won't be defeated. How far away is the lone shack? Oh, it's actually a bit of a distance away. Alright, so I think the best thing to do is actually for me to set up a sleeping bag, and then Griffin is just going to have to lug some of us down to the shack. Okran decides when our time is up. Now is not yours. Praise be. Let's find an out-of-the-way place to put a sleeping bag. Honestly, up here is probably fine. I get the opportunity to do so, I'll have to buy some more, but this'll do for now. Better backpack as well. Once Bard is back up, I'll have him carry Streak down there, too. Hopefully Griffin doesn't run foul of whoever the hell this is. I'm hoping he... Yeah, it looks like he's going to take a shortcut across the ridge. I don't think her head's supposed to be doing that. Also, what happened to her... Okay. It's a good way to increase his strength, anyway. Oh, I forgot. I don't think I actually need to pay for beds in this place. That's nice. I am not going to argue with that. You know what? I think I'm actually going to send Takao down to offload a bunch of this stuff now. Not going to make a pile of money off of this at the moment, but I'll make a bit. I think I might want to leave a little bit of space so I can sell some grog too, so let's leave that at that. We do have a bit of grog. Trade run. It's taking Bird quite some time to get down there. Oh, Vorbis is healed up enough that he got up. Not healed up enough for my liking, though. Yes, I definitely want to, help fund the pilgrimage, so that's why Takao was heading on down there. So I can get everybody healing at the same time. Is there somewhere nearby I can plant the sleeping bag? Yeah, let's just put it up on this ridge. Although Bird is in more dire need of healing than Griffin is, so I'm probably going to have Griffin go on the sleeping bag and Bird can go in the bed. No, Streak, you're not ready yet. Alright, let's let them heal up and keep an eye on these two. Not really going to make a whole lot of money off of the stuff that Cow just made, though he's getting better. Grog is going to be the main thing here. Oh yeah, there you go. To the point where he's run out of money. That being said, I am going to buy more books. There we go. Because there is some more research I can do. Wait, why did they all get back up again? Oh, they all got back up because bandits started attacking. Alright. Oh, that was some fancy moves that guard was doing. Bartender appears to not be doing great. Speed things along a little. Honestly, you know what? I think I'm going to say they're decent enough to keep going. Not fully healed, but that's fine. So they healed him up, that's good. Let's go have a chat. See if he's got anything I might want. It doesn't really look like it. Might be good to buy a bit of extra food, but that's about it. Alright, Griffin, you can hand that back over to our pack mule. And we will travel along. What's happening? Oh, I think the, hungry bandit in there got back up. Or that one did. Either way. It doesn't really matter at this point. Not my concern. Can I pick up the pace yet? I can! Alright, perfect. Guard has increased his strength considerably, carting Streak's unconscious form down to the bar, so... the point where he's on par with, oh no, are those manhunters? No, slave mongers. Don't like them either. Oh, as long as I don't run into them outside. See any of the recruits in here, interestingly enough. There's usually a couple. I also don't see the self-proclaimed owner of the hub that one mod added. Maybe he's wandering around outside somewhere. In case you have anything interesting on you. Sabers, Nodachi, not really anything I want to... A generator core, which is a wild thing for you to have. Yeah, let's pick up a little bit more food. Wanted, the Fog King. A muscular fogman prince wearing armor and wielding a spiked mace. Wanted for being an especially dangerous fogman. Need we say more? Fogmen are known to appear in large groups and they eat their prisoners. Do not get captured. Good advice. Good advice. Who is Spade, I wonder? Not a random person I've seen in the hub before. I'm nothing, don't have a job or any money. Yesterday I was so hungry I ate a moldy rice ball off the floor, but goddamn, when you're that hungry, even moldy rice ball tastes good. Okay then, so how much are you charging? Maybe I'll get them later, but not right now. There's only one person specifically I'm looking for down in this area. So let's go get her, and then I might actually move on and stream a little bit of something else for an hour. You know, providing I don't run afoul of, I don't know, dust bandits or something along the way. What, I speed up? What the hell's happening down here? Dust bandits are attacking a singular tech hunter? Oh, god damn it. Well, I didn't want to get involved in this, but it looks like I have no choice. They're coming for me. At the very least, I've peeled some of them off so that they're not all attacking me in the one go. I get the feeling I'm not going to make it to Squin. Wait, was it just the one tech hunter, or is there more? Oh no, there's also some hungry bandits down there. That dust bandit camp is very close to the road. That's a good way to get some more combat training in, I guess. Okay, well, I'm screwed now, because here they all come. Birds down. Once again, the cheese strat. Yeah, Griffin is definitely going to be my MVP for now, I think. There's no way he's beating this group of dust bandits on his own self, but... How's that tech hunter doing? Not great. Well, I wasn't expecting a bunch of hungry bandits to attack my group up here. Okay, we'll let Inu try to handle it on her own, and we'll send people down to heal her up when the time comes. I don't want my entire workforce to be put on commission. I'm also hoping somebody gets up down here. They might all be in recovery comas, though. If that's the case, I might actually have to send somebody from here all the way down there. Oh wait, no, Vorbis is up. Kind of. So's Bird. Oh, seriously? I guess I didn't wait long enough. Shit. Okay, if I'm lucky, Streak is going to be able to get back on her feet. Okay, she's up. Alright, let's wait for them to leave. What is he doing? He's doing a little jig because he wants to try to kill me. I see Voth is kind of okay again, but he also, oh god damn it, is... Okay, no, the reason why that keeps coming up is because that Dust Bandit keeps seeing me and trying to attack me. If not for the fact that guy is... Oh crap. Okay, he sees me. Can I make it back to the hub? I don't think I can. She might be able to make it back if she puts Vorbis down. Ah, crap. That's what I get for not paying attention here. Although Fu surprisingly had some pretty decent success with them. She's still being chased? I don't think she's being chased. Alright, if that's the case, I'm actually going to send her back. Because the lads aren't going to be doing much better. I also don't like that these dust bandits appear to be coming back to their camp. shit, she collapsed. She's done. What just happened? Somebody attacked her is what happened. Okay. I hate doing this, but that went so terribly I need to load back. I should have just sent her up to, Okay, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen now. I'm going to have her run back up to the hub briefly. And hopefully she'll be able to get back down here before they start going into critical. Oh wait, Voth. Voth is coming to my aid. Alright, if that's the case, then I can send her back down to start healing Bird, then. Is that guy trying to kill Voth and missing? God love the tech hunters. Okran be praised. Jeez, for a minute I thought he just simply wasn't going to hit him. Also, why is he stopping to heal himself? He should just attack the guy. Praise be. Jeez, what are his stats? Pretty damn high. Not like massively high, but his attack is insane. So okay. Alright, yeah, so I'm just gonna head back up to the hub and make sure everyone is properly bedded. And, well, that sounded a lot dirtier than I meant it to be. Let's head back to the hub and make sure everyone is properly bedded. Yeah. And, yeah, we'll move on to something else for a little bit before I have to stop. I like how there's goats. For a minute, I thought the goats were with the Dust Bandits, but I don't think they are. Wait, what happened here? Oh, I think she just... Wait, what attacked her? Something attacked her. I guess there must have been a bunch of hungry bandits or something out here, but... Oh, Needles is a character that was added with a bounty hunting thing that I have. As you can tell by her stats, I do not want to fuck with her. Anyway, I know this house up here doesn't really have anyone who owns it. There's a couple of free beds, so that's where I'll put some of them. What are you doing, Vorbis? Go back to bed. Come on, man. A few bar thugs. Yeah, 50 cats, that's not bad. Okay, so far the pilgrimage has not been terribly successful, considering we've gotten the shit kicked out of us twice. Honestly, the fact that there's a dust bandit camp that close to the road is absurd. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, wait, I was going to do this too, wasn't I? What's he doing all the way back there? Alright, so electrical crafting, and screw it, may as well, well, I was going to do cloaks, but I don't have the oomph for that. Yeah, biofuel, I might need that. Okay. Okay, well, let's leave that there for now. Didn't go quite as well as I would have liked it to, but that's alright. Didn't get to Squin, but we're making our way down. Okay, so I streamed more of that than I was planning on doing, but let's spend about an hour with something else. Now, I know I keep saying it's like, oh, I gotta focus on actually finishing things, and not, you know, oh, buying a new game and then playing that instead. But I've bought a new game and I'm going to play that instead. You'll see what that is when I come back, but I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Shan't be long.